This is going to be important, and I know you already know this, folks, but I do need to say this. Start generating leads from the very beginning, right? Ask for people to opt in. Use a reliable autoresponder. Don't get anything cheap, right? Get a brand name, something you can depend on, something that's going to be there, and something that when your client gets it, they're not going to be revolted. Or because listen, if you have sort of this generic sort of autoresponder and people don't trust it, they're not going to open your emails. So again, use a reliable autoresponder. Drive individuals after every piece of content you get or you do. Send them to your opt-in page, right? Everything, right? If you want more information, to get more information, go here. To find out more about this, go here. To hear more about this, go here. Everything you're doing in terms of creating content, you and I must send people to opt into our email marketing list to get the best content. Now, if you want to give away your best content, people need to opt in for it, right? So don't give away your best content to people. If they're just going to kind of come to your site, give away your best content if they opt in for it. Once you start developing and building your list, you use the list to develop relationships with your audience, right? So you should be writing on their everyday basis. You should be sharing a little bit about you, and you should be asking for them for feedback and asking to find out who they are, right? Use your list to drive content to every new content piece. So in other words, inside of your emails, one of the things you're going to be doing is you're going to be telling people you have something new. Just did a new podcast. Here's what it's about. Just wrote a new blog post. Here's what it's about. Just created a new video. Here's what it's about. Had a training last night. Here's what it's about. Whatever you're doing to create content, make sure that you use your email marketing list to tell people about that content. Make sure your lead generation opportunities are prominent on your site. Don't hide them, right? So if you got a home page, it should be easy to find your opt-in. Easy. Right? So if somebody comes to your site, make sure you should be able to do the blur test. In other words, if you squint your eyes and you make it look really blurry, the most prominent thing, the easiest thing to do should be to opt into your list. You should be able to see that. Also, when it comes to lead generation, develop the kind of giveaway that attracts the kind of person you want and repels the kind of person you don't want. Oh man. So in other words, don't put something generic in your opt-in just because it works. Because most of the people who are going to end up on your list as a result of that, you're not going to want to be bothered with them anyway. What you want are the people who are interested in your subject matter, right? So you have to do the kind of giveaway that's going to attract those kinds of people, right? So if you're with me so far, put the number 5 in the question box, right? Establish lead generation from the start. Now, finally, I want to close with this. And I want to talk about what I call the 8 B's of blogging, right? What are the 8 B's of blogging? The 8 B's. Number 1, be consistent. So in other words, you're going to have blog posts. It comes out 9 o'clock every Tuesday. You're going to do a video channel, comes out 7:30 every Wednesday. Whatever the case is, be consistent. Develop a time and a place to deliver your content. Now again, this is so that people can depend on you. And I'm saying this even if you already have people that like you. Right? Develop a time and a place. Some people just really need to be able to find and put your content on a schedule. If you put it on a schedule, people will put it on theirs. Did everybody get that? So I want you to hear that. If you put it on a schedule, people will put it on their schedule. If you don't put it on their schedule, on a schedule, people won't put it on their schedule. And you and I want people putting our content on their schedule. Right? If you get what I mean by that, put the number 6 in the question box. In other words, you put it on a schedule, they put it on their schedule. Right now, be relevant. Right? Develop a calendar and plan around events and special occasions. Right? So, don't miss little holidays. Don't miss seasons. Don't miss, whatever, somebody's birthday or it's Thanksgiving. These things will sneak up on you. And before you know it, what will happen is, it'll be Thanksgiving. And you'll be writing a regular email and everybody else is writing a thank you email. You don't want to be that person, right? Don't be that guy. Don't be that gal. Make sure that you're the person that is relevant in all times. Be prolific. Narrow down your niche, right? But then we talked about this before, but make sure you talk about everything, right? Your niche should be small enough, right? Your topic area should be small enough that you know everything and everybody, right? So if you can't get to know everything and everybody about your niche, it's probably too big, or you don't have an angle that you can take it that nobody else has. Be radical, right? Take a position, right? So in other words, don't be afraid to take a position, right? If you're you're in CPA marketing, or let's say that you were talking about Facebook, and you're talking about the drop in organic traffic, your position was a good thing, right? So in other words, just be willing to explain it, and you're gonna turn some people off, but just as many people as you turn off, you're gonna turn some people on. So again, be willing to be radical, be collaborative. Don't compete with people, partner with them. Right? So if you see somebody in your niche and they're doing extremely well, try to find a way to partner. Don't feel the need that you gotta address to them and you gotta do everything they're not gonna do and you gotta compete. Don't compete. Right? Don't compete. Partner and create. Be collaborative. Right? Be collaborative. Create and test different kinds of monetization for whatever it is you're doing. Right? Test out affiliate offers, test out information products, test out memberships, right? Create and test different levels of monetization. In other words, your job is to make your blog profitable, right? Yes, I realize you're going to have a mission statement. You're going to deliver great content. Wonderful. But you're not going to do it very long if it doesn't make any money. So again, make sure it's profitable, right? Make sure you ask in some way, you asking for the sale every day. You and I have to ask for the sale every day, every single day. And then finally be productive. Now, here's the most important thing about one of the cool things about blogging, podcasting, video channels. Guess what? You can create all of the content on one day and schedule it. Right? What's that mean? Well, that means then that you will have gained all the time back for a specific day because you're doing all your content on one day. Right. So again, be productive, right? Be productive. Be looking for ways to increase the workflow. And finally, this is kind of a principle. Be intense. Now, what do I mean by that? Let's say that you're not getting any traction, right? You're at a point and the size of people who are reading or getting access to your stuff, it's slowing down or it's leveling off. Well, one of the ways that you can ramp it up is you can consider a short period of increased activity and intensity, right? So in other words, I'm going to now do a 30-day challenge on my topic area. And basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to gin up some excitement. You're trying to get people hyped up. You're trying to get people used to what it is you deliver. You can do that if you have a period of intensity. Now, nobody can go at 100 miles an hour, 365 days. You'll kill yourself. Right? That's not what the idea. I'm saying that for a little period of time, right? Let's say you decide you're going to do 30 days of just flat out content in a particular area, 30-day challenge, something like that. Then what you're doing is you're only doing it for a month, right? And what this does is it generates buzz. It generates excitement. It'll always be the way that which you're going to get the most, let's say you're going to get the biggest jump in your income, or the biggest jump in your audience than you'll get any other way, right? When you just pick a period of intensity, you can do a 7-day challenge. Whatever you do, just kind of figure out how you're going to do it. But that period of intensity is what you need sometimes to prime the pump. Sometimes you need that period of intensity to get people excited. Even if you're not going to do that all year long, what you want to do is get people into what you're doing.